gamers, Daltonic here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to easily tackle every challenge for Part 3 of Chapter 1 in 007 First Light, A New Home. A New Home is the final training section of the game's first official chapter, and has 11 challenges, plus the Completionist challenge for a total of 12. Completing all 12 challenges will unlock the Malta training outfit for Bond to use in TACSIM. Thankfully, 3 of these challenges, Pacifist, Ghost, and Assault, don't actually consist of individual tasks like on the prologue. For this chapter, these challenges will complete as a consequence of completing a pair of the other challenges in A New Home, so there are actually only 8 objectives we need to keep in mind. Again, I will be using the purest difficulty for this guide, so these tactics apply to any difficulty, and we will be splitting our challenges into 2 separate runs, a stealth run and a combat run. Let's get right into Cressida's Way. For Cressida's Way, start at the first checkpoint for this section, Home, and find and talk to Cressida in her bedroom. For this run, we will tackle 6 challenges: Mr. Mnemonic, Something to Prove, Cressida's Way, Spinning a Yarn, White Flag, and Always Do the Unexpected. Something to Prove and White Flag will complete our Pacifist challenge, and Cressida's Way and Always Do the Unexpected will complete our Ghost challenge, for a total of 8 challenges complete on this run.
Yes, didn't you know?
Talk to Cressida and get the key to Bond's bedroom, then after putting the duffel bag down, rejoin Cressida and Monroe in the living room. As you head to the living room, take note of the TV in the corner here. Listen to the brief conversation between Cressida and Monroe. Then, when the game prompts you to find Cressida in the kitchen, head to the TV with Monroe instead. Once Monroe approaches the screen, use your Q watch and turn the TV off, causing Monroe to sit down at the table in the middle of the room. He will then invite you to play his memory game using the cards on the table. Interact with the deck to pick up a card, then flip the card to start the game. Wait the 10-second countdown. You can memorize the symbols if you like, but Monroe will always ask the same question, and we will always give him the same answer. When prompted, answer the umbrella and crown. The top dialogue prompt are the 2 symbols in the bottom corners.
Umbrella and crown.
Monroe will state that you are correct, and the Mr. Mnemonic challenge will complete. We will now quit and head back to Chapter Select and jump to Checkpoint 3, in at the deep end. By loading the checkpoint from the main menu, we will start the course inside the first gate with full battery, giving us an extra watch use without having to resupply. Start the training course by heading to the left, walking to the window with the marked vault location. Vault over and crouch and approach the wall ahead, but do not perform the takedown. On this run, we are trying to complete this course with no takedowns and without being spotted. Wait for the SAS soldier to move, then vault and follow him quietly. As he moves to the gap in the wall, we will move past him and into the grass, where we will wait for him to turn and move away. He will move towards us as we leave this position, so make sure you are deep enough in the grass that he doesn't accidentally discover you. When the gap is clear, vault through and move to your right. The guard ahead will be distracted, giving us the opportunity to move into the grass on the right past the ladder, then proceed into the next patch of grass. Once the soldier moves, exit the grass and push onto the ledge to your right. Once on the ledge, hang, then climb to the pipe. By hanging first, you drop out of sight faster than climbing to the pipe, then descending. On the lower level, we will begin to head back into the compound, taking cover behind this inner wall. Watch the enemy leaning on the stack of wood ahead, and once he begins to move away, we will advance and take cover behind the stack.
Can't wait for my run. I'll show those wankers.
This guard will eventually move to a third location to the left, giving us the opportunity to begin moving up the stairs. As you approach the top of the stairs, crouch and wait. While we wait for the enemy ahead to move, take note of the enemy posted above us. While it's incredibly rare, this enemy can move, which actually makes him easier to deal with, but we don't want to be caught off guard. So look for him through the floor and note if he is at his normal post or not. When the enemy ahead goes to leave, wait for him to pass the corner, then push forward and vault through the window and into the grass. Stay in the grass and take note of the soldier ahead, as well as the second position for the soldier we were just waiting on. He will now be looking through the window here, just out of sight from our position in the grass. When both these soldiers move away, we will quickly, but quietly, move to the ledge and climb where these wood planks are. Once this soldier moves, move to the planks and climb as soon as you can. This climb spot can be a bit wonky. Sometimes if you get too close, the option to climb will disappear. So press the input the moment the notification appears on screen. After you climb, stay crouch and move to the left up the stairs to avoid being seen by the soldier we were watching through the floor. If he wasn't at his post, he will be directly at the top of the stairs with his back to us. Just move up the stairs and to the left into the grass. Most likely, he will still be posted to the left. Look at the speaker behind him and use your Q-Watch to distract him and the other nearby soldiers, and quickly move to the grass ahead to the right. Wait here at the edge of the grass, watching for the soldier we just passed to look away and the new soldier approaching to fully inspect the speaker. Then, move forward to the next patch of grass using this exact path to keep the grass between you and the armored soldier ahead, hiding your advance. Once safely in the next section of grass, we will look up to the right to find another speaker. Activate this distraction, then quickly turn left and find another speaker up along the top ridge of the compound and activate this distraction. With both distractions going, look behind you at the soldier that came to inspect the first speaker. He will have turned to look at the other speakers, but will soon turn back to his original speaker, giving us a window to move to the next level of the tower. Sneak behind this last SAS guard, turn right, and climb up the ladder and collect the flag. Skip the March cutscene to get to the April section, the polygraph training. As this section begins, completion notifications for something to prove and Cressida's way will show on screen.
You don't like me, do you?
During the polygraph training, for all 3 dialogue prompts, lie. Lie all 3 times, and on the 3rd lie, the spinning a yarn challenge will complete.
Oh yeah, I'm deeply broken and dysfunctional.
Offended? You think I've overstepped? You do realize that people who put you in that chair in real life will not play fair.
Dig in.
Again, we will exit to the main menu, return to Chapter Select, and this time select Checkpoint 10, Search the Compound. Just like the training exercise, our goal is to complete this section with no takedowns, and without being spotted to complete our final challenges for this run. Start by dropping down and moving to the left down the stairs, crouching to avoid being spotted. Head into the grass at the bottom of the stairs and move behind the tree and into the next section of grass. Move into this corner, then climb up and move quickly to the right, putting the wall between you and the soldiers you just passed. Move across to the other wall to stay out of sight. Then go left across the stairs and into the grass. From here, we will look for the ledge to our left and climb up. Then move to the back of the compound and climb up this pipe. Head through the window on your right, then continue to the right and out this second window. Shimmy to the pipe and climb up to the top. Follow the ledge left around the corner, looking for the ledge above. Climb all the way to the top of the tower, ride the zip line, then drop down and collect the flag. Skip the cutscene, and as we regain control of Bond, our challenge notifications will pop up, with White Flag also completing our Pacifist challenge, and Always Do the Unexpected also completing our Ghost challenge. This will complete Cressida's Way for A New Home. Exit to the main menu, and prepare to begin Monroe's Way. For A New Home, Monroe's Way will be the more simple of the two runs, with only two focused challenges, Monroe's Way and Party Crasher, which require defeating all enemies during the training exercise and the SAS compound infiltration, respectively. Additionally, these challenges together will also complete our Assault challenge for the chapter. On this run, we will start directly at the training compound in the third checkpoint, in at the deep end.
Entering now. Here we go.
This is it, Bond. Get that flag.
We will again start by going to the left, but this time we will approach the soldier by the crate and grab and slam him to start a fight and pull attention of the nearby soldiers. The first enemy we grabbed will drop a Knight AR. Be sure to scoop this up when you can. We can't use it yet, but we will be able to shortly. Keep fighting until the SAS soldiers begin to shoot. Then, finish your fight and get to cover. From here, this exercise becomes a pretty simple shooting challenge. Just stay behind cover, aim for heads to conserve ammo, and use your Q lens for easy wall hacks. You can use the white dot in the center of the screen when behind cover to line up headshots. Then quickly aim, fire, then stop aiming to automatically return to cover. Watch the ladder below to your right for soldiers trying to reposition, as they are basically free while climbing, and once the enemies ahead begin to dwindle, turn to the right and clear the enemies from the upper level. Don't forget to resupply ammo by walking over AR drops, or you can switch to a different weapon if you would like. Some of the enemies will have handguns or SMGs, but personally I think the AR is the best option for this encounter. With the initial batch of soldiers down, move out to the cliff like we did on Cressida's Way. But this time, we will climb up the ladder to the upper level of the compound. On the upper level, move left. Don't forget you have wall hacks with your Q lens. Hang out in this room using the crates in the middle and the windows as cover locations.
Now's our chance. He's reloaded. He's coming through. Get out of his line of fire.
Once this next group of soldiers is down, push out the door and clear the room across the compound before checking the area below for enemies. When clear, begin scanning for your final enemies with your Q lens and track them down. If you're having difficulty finding the last few soldiers, you can fire your weapon to draw them to your location.
Get out of sight.
What's happening now?
When the final enemy drops, the Monroe's Way challenge will complete. Now, head back to Chapter Select and jump to Checkpoint 10, search the compound. Unlike the training exercise, we don't want to go into this section all guns blazing, primarily because we don't have access to guns for this part. The enemies in this area are tougher, with several being armored, and no firearms are given to us, meaning if things go south, we will have to fist fight our way out. Not the end of the world, but we do want to be a bit tactical about when and how we approach fights. Start by dropping down and taking cover behind the small stone wall. Stay close to the left edge and watch the enemy ahead. He will turn in our direction as he returns towards the grill on our right. After he looks away from us, move around the corner, approach him, and take him down while he is hidden behind the wall. Now turn around to the right and head through the door and take down the enemy at the top of the stairs. Move down the stairs to the road. Approach the soldier ahead on our left, intercepting him at the patch of grass for a takedown. At the start of this section, a truck with 2 soldiers drove down this road. We can see them here. As we finish our takedown, they should be joining the group of soldiers ahead of us, grouping up as 5 hostiles in one small location. Use your Q lens and shoot a dart at the water barrel behind the group of enemies. Wait just a moment for the water to leak out and spread, then use your watch to sabotage the plug on the ground, electrocuting all enemies in the water. Wait an extra moment before approaching, as enemies not in the water may step forward to help or get a closer look, consequently stepping into the live current. If any enemies remain, approach calmly, lining them up with the generator, then punch kick to shove them into the generator, shocking them and taking them down instantly. Be sure to refill your Q watch, grabbing the drill by the stairs and the battery and gas can on this crate by the outer wall. Head back down the road and up the stairs and refill your chemicals from the barrel ahead on the left. Now we will head down the stairs here to the pair of enemies in the grassy area. Use the grass to cover your approach, getting in position for a takedown on the unarmored enemy. Before you approach for the takedown, use your Q lens and poison the armored enemy, then walk up for your takedown. When you can, approach the second enemy and take him down. Then resupply your chemicals from the crate and move towards the back of the compound. Calmly approach the guard looking over the ledge and take him down, collecting the compound basement key. Now we will head back to the group of 3 in the center of the compound. Head up the stairs, crouch, then drop to the right to stay out of sight. Walk up to the wall, and while staying low enough to remain hidden, peek over the ledge and look for the grill on the right. Use your Q lens to blow up the grill, distracting the 3 enemies. As they turn, move forward, grabbing the chemicals on the ledge here quickly, then move into position for a takedown as the enemies move towards the grill to investigate. We want to perform our takedown as close to the small ledge as possible so we can immediately follow up by throwing a nearby item. If the throw hits the enemy close to you, do a takedown before turning focus to the last soldier. If the throw goes to the enemy further away, use the stun duration to fight the closer soldier. Ultimately, the goal is to get all 3 down quickly without allowing them to call in reinforcements, as we can quickly get overwhelmed in a fight if all the nearby soldiers come in for support. Once these 3 are down, sneak over to the pillars and use them as cover to approach the enemy training nearby. Be sure to take him down quietly to not alert the 2 enemies out the door to the left. As we approach the 2 enemies by the ledge, we will want to use a new fighting mechanic that actually isn't taught by the main game, but rather is learned in the Advanced Combat Tactical Simulation, the grab rush. Simply hold the grab input as you approach, and you will run up, grab, push, and throw the enemy. It happens very quick here, but we will get to see it better in a moment. Throw the armored enemy over the ledge, then fight the remaining soldier. Turn left and head downstairs to find a slimy SAS soldier on the phone with foreign intelligence, and use the grab rush to throw him over the edge too. This grab variant is a great grappling tactic to keep in mind throughout the game, as not only can you throw enemies over ledges pretty easily with it, you can use it to separate enemies, isolating one from a group, you can use it to push an enemy to a ledge before throwing them over, and much more. Head back towards the stairs, but enter the door at the base of the stairs using the compound key and descend to the basement. In the room on our left are 3 enemies, and we have no throwables or distractions nearby, so we may have to deal with reinforcements if we don't really focus. Enter the room and head directly to the enemy with his back turned and take him down instantly. Turn focus to the enemy behind us. Since he's not armored, we will have an easier time landing a quick stun with a punch-kick combo. After kicking him away, turn to the other enemy and use the rush and shove to interrupt his radio call and push him into the shelves behind him, allowing us to slam him for a quick takedown. Now we fight the last enemy one-on-one. With the room clear, be sure to refill your Q-Watch as there is a good amount of batteries and chemicals in this room. When ready, exit the room and head out the wooden doors ahead to the dock. Again, we will use the grab rush, but this time we're going to push this enemy all the way to the water's edge before throwing him over, leaving no body for his allies to find. Then head down towards the end of the dock and grab rush the enemy leaning on the railing, pushing him over the railing, which is somehow tall enough to cause a takedown. Now head back to the main level of the compound. Walk back to the main staircase and go behind the stairs to enter the first floor rooms without being seen. Vault attack the enemy to your left to stun lock him and beat him down. Then head into the next room, walking at the thermos on the corner ahead. Walk up to the thermos and throw it at the soldier, then take him down. If you continue to the other side of this room, there is a door that can be kicked down on your left if you need to stock up on batteries and chemicals. Alternatively, if we go back to the main staircase, we can continue sneaking and using the environment for easy takedowns, avoiding the use of our Q-Watch. As you head upstairs, look to the right. The enemy who patrols this room should be standing by the window. If you don't see him, continue looking to the right. Once he's down, turn around and look for the fuse box in the hallway. Interact with it to electrify the SAS soldier in the room ahead, then turn left and head to the balcony. Turn right and climb the stairs to the top floor. You can get fancy with this next combat encounter. However, these are the last 3 enemies, and even if they call in reinforcements, only 1 enemy will show up. So you can actually let one of the guys radio for help to give you space while you focus the other soldiers. Either a silent takedown or a grab rush and throw over the edge are going to be your fastest ways to get rid of your first enemy. A bit more difficult to aim for, but if you can slam an enemy into an SAS radio, like the one in the corner here, it will also electrocute them the same way the generator does. Once the first 2 are down, turn and fight the soldier who just radioed for help and defeat him to complete the Party Crasher challenge. As reinforcements approach, walk to the crate and find any of the throwable items. Throw anything at the charging soldier to stun him, then take him down. As you dispatch the soldier, notifications for the Assault Challenge and Completionist Challenge will pop up, and Monroe's way for a new home will be complete. Double-check the challenge submenu to confirm 11 of 11 for the Completionist Challenge, and you will now be able to select the Malta training skin when playing in tactical simulations. That's every challenge for this chapter. I'll talk to you folks in the next one. This is Daltonic signing off. Thanks for watching.